This is Awesome St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are watching the Morphin Network.
This Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop Convention and Ranger Stop and Pop. Have you ever wanted to see all your favorite Power Rangers together in one epic convention? Go to Ranger Stop! Ranger Stop and Pop. March 5th to the 7th, 2021. Atlanta, Georgia. Ranger Stop 8. November 11th to the 14th, 2021. Orlando, Florida. Get your tickets now.
This week, Morphin Network has reached 1,000 followers.
Woo, baby! Yo, I want to say this right now. We were thinking about doing skits and whatnot. I think the only skit you see is the fact that if you are a Clippers fan, I had some chicken nuggets recently and they were actually pretty good. But on the real, before we even get started with this whole episode, I want to take the time to thank you all for the 1,000 subs on YouTube. Thank you guys so much who've been watching Morphin Network for the past 2 years. Thank you guys so much for your continuous support, friends, family, loved ones, and all the Evoxes and the Venjixes in the world. Thank you guys so much. We on the real. Thank you guys. This has been a long journey, and the journey ain't over. Let's not get it twisted. The journey ain't over. Just because we had 1,000 don't mean nothing. But for right now, thank you guys so much for that. Okay, on behalf of the Rider Time Podcast, you guys are the real heroes. Henshin Go-Go, baby.
Yeah, and it's great being a part of this team, because not only do I get to talk about Power Rangers and Kamen Rider with my best friend, but also there's all these other cool things we get to experience in doing this. And honestly, I don't think I've ever felt so passionate about any kind of video project compared to everything we've done on Morphin Network. Heck, I put more effort into these last 2 weeks worth of Kamen Rider 50th anniversary file videos than I have in my entire lifetime of having Sony Vegas Pro.
Well, with that being said, guys.
Oh, and my new tripod came in. So for those of you who like them Lakers colors, jacking break.
So don't use the jacking break, because we don't want Paul George hitting the side of the backboard to be put on us, man. Come on now. Anyways, welcome everyone to the Rider Time Podcast, and today we're reviewing episode 2 of Kamen Rider Saber. I'm Leo, aka Psycho Fox. This is Mike, aka Time Rider Zero, and we're here. Let's do it. This episode was awesome. Compared to last week, this episode, that was
the ball really started rolling in the second episode.
Yes, it did. I really enjoyed this episode. I almost didn't watch the episode because I've been working all week, but I'm so glad I got the chance to. I watched it early this morning. I'm like, oh yes. I watched it twice. I'm like, yas, queen, yas, and that's the only time you'll ever hear me say yas, queen. Just saying. Mm-hmm. Mike, thoughts though? Come on.
Okay, well, first of all, I would like to correct myself. Sort of Logos is the name of the good guys, not the bad guys. They're just called the bad guys are just called Magids for now. But that aside, I like the fact that we're really starting to pick up. I feel like there's some throwbacks to past seasons of Kamen Rider sprinkled in, mostly from Dragon Knight, I think. But not Dragon Knight, Ryuki, more specifically. But I like to see the balls are rolling, and what's really weird? I think there's a little smidge of a Gao Ranger reference that I will talk about when we get further into the episode. I think you know the reference I'm referring to.
I think I do. Yeah. Do. But Well, that being said, like I said, a really good episode. Tons of action, and clearly, although we're still in the pandemic, the producers of the show did such a fantastic job of what they did. Because I know you and we already predicted that this majority of the show is going to be like green screen or CGI and stuff like that. But for what it's worth, it looks very good.
Mm-hmm.
Like. I remember when I was trying to compare last week's episode by, when they showed the part when they were when Toma was fighting the bad guy. It's Inception meets Doctor Strange meets Ruby. You know the show Ruby?
I've only seen the first 3 episodes of Ruby.
Okay. You know how it's like 3D animation and stuff like that in Ruby?
Yeah.
The 3D animation from when they fought in the last episode reminded me of Ruby.
Right.
That's what I was trying to figure out. But with that being said, let's get started. So we have our creepy narrator with the green hair, looking like he's from friggin' Soul Eater, telling us to recapping what happened last week. Toma got the Brave Dragon Sword and became Kamen Rider Saber. Mm-hmm. And then we end off with a mysterious dude on a lion coming into Toma's bookstore. And the episode opens up with the guy saying, "Oh, the reason why I'm on my lion is because I thought, like, in your culture, it's like, isn't it rude to like have my shoes on while in your store?" It's like, well, isn't it rude that you're on your lion? It's like,
wait, hold on. Is it an emotional support lion?
I hate you. Anyways.
So we're now. I have to make a Chris Pratt reference if I have the opportunity to. So
that's true. So we are now introduced to our next writer. His name is Rintaro or Rintaro.
Shindoro
Rintaro. I apologize to anyone, Team Pierce fans who hate the fact that I just Americanized this man's name. Rintaro.
I misheard his name the first time I saw the episode and thought his name was Rintaro Shintaro, and I'm like, no.
We'll just call him Rin. We'll call him Rin. Okay, right. Rin. We were introduced to Rin, and he's like, "Hey, look, I'm gonna need that sword back. I mean, it was cool that you beat that monster the other day, but I'm gonna need your sword back. That is way too powerful on you, right?" And Toma's like, whoa, listen, I thought I handled myself well, man. Like, you can't just take this away. I was like, okay, instead of arguing with you, I gotta at least show you what you're about to get yourself involved with. So come with me. So Rintaro opens a door to Hogwarts.
Like I love how he opens a door like it's freaking what's that? God, what's that reference with the key that can open to any door? You know what? Let's just say it's a Harry Potter reference. It's a flue powder, and it's like it goes into a portal and what's the name? And then wannabe Akiko is like, "Oh my God, it's an everywhere door." Nope, it's just a two-way street, man. He could come, but you can't. You ain't a knight because you're not Mulan.
Can we mention the fact that May is high key crushing on Rintaro?
Oh yeah, and the way she tries to bribe him with sweets,
bruh. Like she was like super high key crush on this fool. So, and then we get the opening to Kamen Rider Saber. Because we didn't get the opening, we got the outro last week, and we get the opening now. Very good. Very good.
Almighty. Da, 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 na, 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 na. I can't remember the whole thing, but I actually really like the lyrics when I actually did remember them. Like the opening, it starts off with "Sword in your hand is the pen you will use to write the world." Yes, and so Toma and Rin are in Hogwarts. I don't know what it's called again. I don't know what the base is called again. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's called the Holy Blade, but we do know it's the northernmost branch of their base. So nice Doctor Strange reference, and it's in the North Pole.
Yes, and we're introduced to. I thought it was Princess Shayla for a couple of seconds when I saw
I thought it was the Japanese version of Princess Shayla for a couple of minutes.
Well, yeah.
I was expecting her to be like,
oh god,
I am Princess Sophia.
Oh god, Calibur's here. Oh, never mind. Calibur's gone. Anyways, oh, speaking of which, yeah, we forgot to put the title in there. So, guys, yes, Kamen Rider Episode 2, Swordsman of Water, and the Blue Lion. There you go. Anyways, so
we got way too excited.
yeah, so Princess Shayla. I don't know her name. I don't remember her name. So if you can correct me, please go ahead.
I think it's Princess Sophia because
Oh, Sophia. There we go. Yeah,
because it's supposed to be a reference to the Greek word wisdom.
Yes.
Like the word philosophy. It comes from philos, which is pursuit of, and Sophia, which means wisdom. So philosophy is pursuit of wisdom.
Okay. So Princess Sophia, or just call her Sophia. Sophia, we're introduced to, and her and Rin tell Toma about the book and how he's now a Kamen Rider. Because apparently in this universe, which TRZ, I'm gonna need you to explain to me: are the Kamen Riders on different Earths, or are they on just one Earth and it's just all around Japan? Things just keep popping off. So in this universe,
the only way I can explain it is with two words. The deadliest two words in the Rider fandom.
What? So Rush Kamen Rider Decade. Got you. Anyway, so we're told that in this universe, the Kamen Riders are chosen by these books, right? And then there's this evil named Caliber who wants to slay the Kamen Riders because he wants to use the Book of Destiny or the Book of Mormon, I don't remember, to rewrite the world in his homies in their own image, right? And
right. He used to be a member of the Sword of Logos, but then he betrayed his fellow knights. Basically, he's Adam from Dragon Knight.
Shouts to Stephen Lunsford. Yeah, so yeah, he's Adam from Dragon Knight. He betrayed everyone. But I betrayed everyone. I'm fed up with all of you. I'm fed up with this Logos. And she's like, listen, Toma, if you want to be part of this, you got to understand what you're about to get yourself involved with. So Rin is like, hey, okay, so how about this? I can't take the sword from you, but I got to at least train you. Because if any given factor, if things start to pop off, you got to at least defend yourself, and you got to defend Earth, okay? I can only defend the Logos and the Northern Sanctum. But I need someone to defend your side. I need you to defend the west side, right? Oh, no, the east side. So that's what he does. So they go back. They're like, all right, there's some stuff going on this side of the city. We're going to go. I'm going to show you the ropes and everything like that. May runs them both over like she's freaking Rikishi from WWF when Rikishi ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin because he did it for The Rock. And they get thrown into the next... Rikishi's a cool dude. Oh, Rikishi's awesome. Rikishi's awesome. I've met that man before. An amazing individual.
I met him like 3 times. Once at Frankensons and 2 times at Pasadena.
Yeah, same here. I met him at the last convention I met. I met him at Long Beach Comic Expo back in January. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. May runs them into the portal, and they see the monster of the day, and so Rin decides, hey, look, I'm going to show you a couple of ways on how to beat these guys, okay? And you know what? Rin is very modest, very humble dude. It's okay. And I really like it. It's really cool. So we get his henshin, and it is Lion Senki. Awesome. I just want to say this right now.
Sword of Water.
No. Nagre. Sword of Kuneto, or something like that. I will say this right now. I am digging the morphing sequences in Kamen Rider Saber. I know why they're doing the morphing sequences for Kamen Rider Saber. Once again, we're in the middle of a pandemic and they got CG some stuff. I really do enjoy that. And so we see, what do you call it? We see Rin fight off all the henchmen, and we see him do the water lion slash, and then we see the bad guy of the day, which is this giant ant and this giant grasshopper. No relations to Kamen Rider 01. And
And you know what I find interesting about the villain, like the monster of the day this season? He looks like a cross between a Roidmude from Kamen Rider Drive, a B-Roacher from Kamen Rider Blade, and what's an Ant Unknown from Kamen Rider Agito. It's like they recycle parts of 3 different monsters to make this guy.
I was also gonna say throw in one of the bad guys from Kamen Rider Kuga.
Yeah, I think B-Roacher, what's it called? The Ant Lord is more accurate. Again, keep in mind, Lords, unknown and unidentifieds are very similar.
Okay. Anyways, so the grasshopper monster does this sound wave attack, and it actually knocks May out. It hurts her head so much she passes out. And I'm gonna let you take it from here. Go ahead, TRZ. I keep calling your name from our podcast. My bad. Go ahead, TRZ.
Right. So it turns out there was a second monster, which is a grasshopper. Well, different kind of grasshopper, more like a locust, really, or this grasshopper from Read or Die. I don't know if you've seen that OVA.
I haven't seen Read or Die.
But yeah, so he has that sound thing that Cricket Tune from Pokemon has, where like he incapacitates his opponents by using sound waves by scratching his limbs, and so Toma and Shintaro Rintaro, God, his name is so similar.
Just call him Rin.
Rin. So they regroup back to the library, and then they're like, we have to do something about this, but we need to make a plan. No, forget getting a plan. I have to save everybody. So of course Toma goes out, he transforms, but first they're like, hold on, if you're gonna go out there, at least take this book with you. And of course this book contains his motorcycle.
Actually, can I correct real quick? So the whole thing was Tone. They're like, listen, Tone, we have to fight these guys first. And he's like, I made a promise, or someone that's like was like, and it's like these guys are too dangerous. Like, well, if I don't do it, if I don't stop him, who will? If I don't stop him, at least I try. Like, I'm gonna go out swinging because that's what I do, and I keep my promises. I'm only paraphrasing. And then it unlocks his next book. Daigo Speedy! And they're like, hold up. What did you just do? Like, I don't know what they do. Like, well, it looks like you just unlocked your vehicle. Hey, here, take it. And so they morph, or henshin. And we see that Rin has an ATV with a Gatling gun.
I swear, it reminds me of that new James Bond movie trailer where they're in a car with a Gatling gun.
Oh, Time to Die.
And he does a donut while shooting it out.
No Time to Die. That's what it was. Yeah,
No
and then freaking Toma gets Daigo Speedy, and every time I saw him drive that, I am waiting for his car to parry every attack like it's Daigo Umehara from Street Fighter Third Strike when he parried all Justin Wong's moves. Watch Evo Moment 37, people. If you're watching us on YouTube, just type in Evo Moment 37. There you go. And so they morph and they go through this CGI city that's almost being taken over by Caliber and his homies, right? And it is beautiful. Again, I want to give credit to the producers and the writers and the entire production team, because even though I am more accustomed to like live action stuff, I admire the CGI work that was put into this episode, and probably beyond when we review more episodes of this. I really like the action. I loved the Gatling gun segment. It looked like some shit of a video game. It looked like a cutscene that was cut out of Final Fantasy VII Remake that unfortunately didn't get rendered in time before the game came out. That's what it looked like, and I appreciate that. It looked very, very, very good. And I want to give a big shout to the animators of Saber for putting that all together. You guys are you guys did a very, very good job. I digress. I'm talking too much. TRZ, go ahead.
Right. Right. So they're having that chase sequence, and it looks very glorious. And of course, they manage to defeat one of the two hoppers, which gives Toma access to the Jack and the Beanstalk book. And like I'm not gonna remember like all the Japanese names of the books, so like if I recognize the story, I'm going to call it by like the English name of the story. It's like the Q Tama from Q Ranger. I call them by the actual names of the constellation. So right. Leo, Scorpio, Ophiuchus, Apus, Camelopardalis. Okay, so So Rin is like, hold on, you're still new at this. You can't handle having two books at once. And I'm thinking, and I can't help but thinking, what would it look like if he had Jack and the Beanstalk without, the Brave Dragon? I'm just curious, But he does it anyways. He puts both books in, like he's putting freaking locks. Sorry, he's putting in core metals into his O's driver, and then he pulls the sword out, and he gets like a nice sash on like the left side of his body, which looks like it has vines all over it, and it looks gorgeous. Like even his horn has vines wrapping around it.
He becomes Gokai Christmas.
Yeah. Yes. He becomes Gokai Christmas, and so like he can shoot plant seeds when he slashes his sword. But instead of shooting it at the flying grasshopper monster, he aims downward, and Rin is like, why are you aiming that way? That makes no sense. So he shoots the seeds down on the ground, which causes a giant beanstalk to grow right out of the pavement. And then he takes his motorcycle and rides it up the beanstalk. And I'm like. What's his name? The actor who played Beast in X-Men First Class. You got your work cut out for you. like Jack the Giant Slayer. It's like, you could climb up a beanstalk with Obi-Wan Kenobi, but can you ride a motorcycle up the beanstalk?
And so Toma takes down the grasshopper. We forgot to mention that both Toma and Rin do their rider kicks.
Yeah, together, and it's
together. But like when Rin takes out the ant monster, it's a water rider kick, powered with Toma because he's literally in the sky. A jump to the sky turns into a flaming rider kick, and not only does he rider kick the grasshopper monster or the locust monster all the way down, a sword comes through Toma's boot and stabs the locust monster through several pages. So literally a jump to the sky turns into a flaming rider kick, which also turns into a foot sword. Oh, show it. Go ahead. Show it. Watch this. Bam. Look at that. Look at that.
Yo, this looks like freaking Decade Drive. What's it called? Dimension Crash from Decade.
Yes. Okay, stop. So, then he collects that that book, Wonder Book, and it is Peter Pan. They also destroy the rest of the monsters around, and the entire world is back to normal. Caliber and his homies are not happy, but they're like, oh, on to the next plan. And the final part, I'm going to talk about the first half, and you talk about the second half.
Yeah.
Rin is like, you know what, Toma? I was wrong. You can fend for yourself, but listen, I still gotta teach you. There's still plenty of things I gotta teach you, but as of right now, you're not that bad. You're pretty good. So you can call me your master, and I'm gonna help you learn more on how to be a Kamen Rider. There you go. While that's going on, May comes in with these like
Eclairs.
The eclairs. I've never really had one. I don't think I have one. Oh, whatever.
Honestly, my issue with eclairs is that the dough is too thin. It's like it's got cream filling on the inside and with chocolate glaze on top. But my issue with eclairs is that the dough layer is too thin. Like I would love an eclair with like a really thick layer of dough.
Extra thick.
Extra thick.
But no, actually, I had eclair before. I think they think it's some at Porter's.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They actually have them in a lot of bakeries. Actually, not like typical donut shops, but like bakeries.
Yeah. And so Rin is trying to be like, well, I have to respectfully decline because it's not really for my way. And he's like, no, he wants one, but he's like, no. He pulls a Luther from King and Peele. Listen, Rin, you gotta keep it in maximum physical shape to be a Kamen Rider right now. But it looks so good. Damn it, dial it back, Ritaro, damn. And now we get to the next part. Go ahead.
Right. Okay, first of all, I love how it's like, okay, I'll be your master, and I swear to God, I was half expecting someone to be like, okay, I'll train with you, but you have to help me find my father. But out of nowhere, comes in a magic carpet, and the person on the magic carpet turns out to be a childhood friend of Toma's. To be continued.
No, it's Rentaro.
Oh no! It's a friend of Toma's.
Oh, also Toma has a non-flashback of his past. Probably we don't know, but he thinks about the little girl that's in his dreams, kayfabe, that's sucked into the Phantom Zone, which we already know. This is his memories, and his memories just scattered beyond belief.
I would be surprised if the girl grew up to be Sophia, to be honest.
Same. Are we gonna place bets right now about this?
Let's see.
I bet $5 extra.
I got an extra Ichigo lock seed.
All right, cool. I bet $5 on it too. So, all right. With that being said, I want to go first. This episode, 10 out of 10. There's honestly, I have no problems with this episode. I can't find any issues with the episode. I think maybe if I were to nitpick, if I cannot be Jim Cornette for a minute, May ran over Rin and Toma. How does her running them over with a bicycle push them into the portal? I digress. That's the only nitpick I can have. 10 out of 10 though. Go ahead.
I kind of find it funny how she always accidentally ends up in the Wonder World, even though she's not supposed to be there. And I'm thinking, is this going to be a recurring joke where they've come up with a different way of accidentally having her inside the Wonder World? Like when they did that, when Mai ended up in the in Ventara it was by accident, but at least it happened only one time. Technically, no, wait, yeah, one time, because the other time she just got love tapped by that monster. But yeah, I think it's good comic relief, but it's still she still feels kind of like a what's it called, Akiko 2.0 from Kamen Rider Double. The only thing she's missing is a chancla. And with that in mind, I wouldn't be surprised if she ends up getting married to freaking Shintaro if they do like a movie in the next winter. Not this winter, but next winter. And I do like the way they use the new forms, because it, like you always have that, combination side form change. And, you could be really lazy with it, especially considering the fact that, we're on a tight budget with the whole COVID thing. But I love it when they use that creatively. Like, honestly, like the one thing that makes me sad about Double is that he doesn't use his Luna form enough, because because the yellow half of his body could stretch his arm and leg. And I would love to see more of this.
I mean, Double, but I get what you mean.
Right. And let's see, I swear to God, Sophia, I'm like, hi, I'm Princess Sophia, and welcome to the librarium.
Well, welcome to Hogwarts.
yeah, like a lot of it feels like Hogwarts and Wild Force and Magi Ranger put together. Let's see. I like the monster design this episode a lot more than last episode, for sure. It feels more like classic Heisei monster design, and I like that. Honestly, I'm not a fan of the monster designs for Kira Major because it looks way too 1975. Yeah, so I don't have much to complain about, and I love how this episode really does get the ball rolling. It builds on the momentum from the previous episode because, as we talked about last week, it was a pretty standard by the books first episode.
Right.
But it's so easy for the second episode to just like maintain the same momentum. But this episode, it raised the momentum, which is good. Like let's keep it up. Let's keep it impressive. Let's see what we can do here. This is the 50th anniversary. Okay, and so I give this episode a 10 out of 10.
All right, that perfect 10s across the board. And yeah, guys, like I said, this episode's really good. Check it if you haven't yet. Check it out because episode 3 will be out this Sunday in Japan. Well, that being said,
and I just remembered one thing that does bug me though, like the one nitpick I have is Rintaro. He feels a little too much like Ren from Kamen Rider Ryuki, like specifically the Japanese version. But the thing is, he's too smiley to pull off that smoldering intensity that that Knight did. So it's like imagine if Dwayne The Rock Johnson's character from Jumanji was played by Red Star.
Hey, I think Red Star would be a great Dr. Stonewall. So
I'm not saying he'd make a bad Dr. Stonewall. I'm just saying like the facial expressions.
Okay, I get what you mean. But with that being said, guys, it's YouTube comment section. Since we're live, guys, we're gonna look at it. But if you guys are watching the highlights, thank you guys so much for watching Facebook and YouTube. If you haven't yet, be sure to follow us on Facebook at Morphin Network. You can also find us on our Twitter and Instagram, Morphin Net, and you can find us here on YouTube, Morphin Network. So while you're here, why don't you hit the like button, like the car did. Hit the like button, hit again, hit the third time, triple like, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Morphin Network. With that being said, let's get started. Eric Williams says this episode was so good. You're damn right it is. You're damn right. Jake Gonzalez says the Sword of Logos. Is the Sword of Logos?
Yeah, I think that's the name of the base and the organization.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. So yeah, this is straight up the Sanctum of Doctor Strange. So yeah, so it is Doctor Strange meets Ruby meets not Inception. Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase. There you go.
Scooby-Doo the Cyber Chase. Oh,
once again, overall, I gave this episode 10 out of 10. Really well written and well paced episode. Exactly, like it's a really good one. I really enjoyed it. Again, I can't really find any nitpicks about it, but I mean, hey, if there's no nitpicks or there's nothing wrong about the episode, then that means the episode was damn near perfect. So,
a quick shout out. Guess who liked our YouTube video?
Hey! Shout out to Steven Lunsford! How you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Kamen Rider Henshin, what's up? Okay.
Also, I just
Dragon Knight. My name. I am Kamen Rider Compton Knight. Henshin, my guy. Let's do this. Anyways.
And I'm Kamen Rider Siberian Alu Knight.
I'm guessing you watched the episode we just posted, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, real quick, off topic. The final episode of Rage Podcast Live before the season premiere, the second half of Power Rangers Beast Morphers will be up actually later tonight. You're not gonna want to miss it. Anyway, let's continue.
By the way, real quick, in the comment section of the opening sequence for Kamen Rider Saber, someone actually made this YouTube comment that I had to like respond to. So they wrote as Aruto from 01. He wrote, "Never fear, everyone. Kamen Rider Saber's here to save the day. Why, you ask? Because he's a lifesaver. Hai, Aruto ja Naito." And to which I had to reply, also as Aruto, Toma has to prove himself first. It is his rite of passage. And then as is, I'm like, yeah, it is a play of word. It is a play of words in that right is homophonic to the word right, and because the author because he is an author, and passage is a sample of written text. Blink, blink, and God damn it! Stop explaining the jokes.
Kamen Rider Harry Potter. Well, I would think that falls in line with Kamen Rider Wizard. I've never watched it, but the library itself from Saber looks like something from Harry Potter. So I get what you mean.
Yeah,
the book is a great MacGuffin.
It is. It really is. You got to fill out the pages, and honestly, I think it kind of works better than the book of Arsène Lupin from Lupin Rangers, because it's like, yeah, they put the I want to say precious because I'm a Bokenger fan, but the treasures inside the book. But the thing is, how many pages are there in Lupin's collection? But here it's like, yeah, it's arbitrary, but here it actually works because the sacred book covers everything.
Right. All right. Give me more magic. We're getting more magic. I honestly want to see what it's going to be like when they put 3 books in. Would that be like, too much power and these vaporize?
Maho, please. Majiku maji de showtime.
Overall, this episode was great. 8 out of 10. That's respect. Wait, here's the Overlord. Ryan says, wait, this new season's based on magic? Kind of, sort of.
To some extent, yes. To some extent,
it's mostly based off knowledge of books. And currently, Toma reads too many books, but actually, reading too many books doesn't hurt anybody. So, him being a book enthusiast is helping him save the world right now. So,
you're a knight, Toma. A what? A knight, Toma, and a something good one on my wager.
I can't be a knight. I'm just Toma. Well, just Toma.
Well,
you are part of a bigger world called Kamen Riders. Kamen Riders? What's a Kamen Rider? I'll show you.
Well, did you ever think how you became such a great knight? Look at your dad. But my dad died in a car accident. What? Did they car accident? They were blown up by a vacuum book.
It was dark time. It was dark times. Toma, very dark times. Your father, his name was Yusuke Godai. Yusuke Godai was the first of the new era Kamen Riders until one day a villain came about, and his sacrifice, along with the Kamen Rider known as Decade, saved the world. And because of that, your father was New 52'd out of existence.
Okay. Eric later on in the comments makes a point I wanted to make, but I'm gonna let him keep the creds for that. But first, let's move on to the next comment.
Oh, hi Jen, how you doing? Live stream on YouTube, yeah. I'm gonna read.
I almost don't recognize her with that hairdo.
Oh no, this is I can tell you what picture this is. This is Jen, senior year, freshman year of college. I remember this. I remember when she took this picture.
Honestly, when I first met Jen, she already had the highlights done, so it's like, yeah, I don't recognize you, girl.
This was before when her hair was still just naturally black. Anyways, but I'm gonna read it the way she would say. Live stream on YouTube, yes. There you go.
Yes, King Slay, Jamie. I'm a red dragon.
Eric says, wait, Page Master Harry Potter. No, Page Master Kamen Rider.
Kamen Rider, Page Master.
Starting Macaulay Culkin.
What's it called? Fantasy, horror, adventure. Best read.
Kamen Rider Home Alone. Horror. Only child. Elijah Wood. Kamen Rider Good Son.
And he has a motorcycle with dollar signs on it. Kamen Rider Richie Rich.
No. Wheelchair. Wheelchair. Hunger Games. Jesus. Kamen Rider Save You. There you go.
All right. What's it called? Alexa, play my nostalgia's greatest hits. Kamen Rider Alexa commercial.
No.
Brought to you by Amazon.
Michael Jackson, Macaulay Culkin, Kamen Rider.
Too dark.
No, it was a music video he was in, black and white. Don't matter if you're black or white. How's that dark? It's a song. Anyway, guys, thank you so much.
Because Kamen Rider Skull makes me cry.
Oh my god, guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode of Rider Time Podcast. TRZ, where can they find you, dude?
You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKawato. You can find me on Instagram at chrono_cosplay.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram, @Reckless_Fox, YouTube, Reckless_Fox, and find all Malays game content on twitch.tv/RecklessFox. And if you want more content, myself and my boy TRZ, we do our own video game podcast along with Chica and Jen every weekend. The Struggle Game Podcast. Find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and SoundCloud. Scroll Club Gaming Podcast. And there you go. With that being said, give it back to TRZ. Go ahead.
Of course, be sure to follow all of our past content and future content, both on all of our social media. So please be sure to follow, and subscribe Morphin Network on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And of course, we finally made 1,000 subs on YouTube. So thank you, everybody. But of course, that also means one other thing. It's time to pay the piper.
Shut up. It's coming soon. Shut up. I'm already working on it. Shut up. Fake news. I still didn't do it, but I'm gonna do it just for you guys. Okay. You know what? Just leave me alone. You know what? Before we guys go, we're gonna show you guys the brand new history lesson of Kamen Rider. So
of course, because the Kamen Rider Saber falls under the 50th anniversary of the franchise, be sure to watch the end of our podcast every week where we do a 50th anniversary file on our favorite franchise. With all that said, guys, I hope you have a great weekend and see you next week. Bye.
Henshin.
Kyono Kamen Rider wa
Kamen Rider.
The first season of Kamen Rider premiered on April 3rd, 1971, running for 90 episodes.
Takashi Hongo was a biochemistry student and motorcyclist who was kidnapped by the terrorist group, Shocker.
He was turned into a cyborg with wind and grasshopper powers, but escaped before his mind could be completely erased.
Ever since, he fought to protect humanity from Shocker's villainy.
He was later joined by Ichimochi, the second Kamen Rider.
Even after defeating the great leader, the two riders continue to help future riders fight in the name of justice.
Rider Henshin.
See you next week.
Kamen Rider, baby.
Bye.
Today's Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop and Pop, which is March 5th to the 7th, 2021 in Atlanta, Georgia, and Ranger Stop Convention, which is now November 11th to the 14th, 2021 in Orlando, Florida. Go to rangerstop.com for more info.